Hello everyone, my name is Shubham Kejriwal and today I have the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 with me, as you can see over here, and today we are doing the review for this thing. And definitely it has been a long time that I have been using this device, about 1.5 months or so, and definitely I know much about this device head to toe. And okay, it doesn't have any head or toe, but I know about it a lot and I can definitely tell you guys about it in the best sense and the most honestly I can ever tell about a device ever. So yes, without any further ado, let's get started and talk about this device. In this final review, comparing its pros and cons and telling you guys if you should actually buy this device or not. Let's get started. Firstly, I would be talking about the pros, the good things about the device, and later talk about the cons. One thing I really like about the Redmi Note 3 is its build. I am talking about the construction and the in-hand feel of the device, which is definitely one of the best for what I have had in a really long time. The whole metal body is what I would give the credit to, and the manufacturing too has made sure that all the components fit in perfectly. Moreover, even after having a massive battery, the device is fairly light and thin, which again is a nice thing. Another really good thing about the device is its display. The phone has a 5.5-inch Full HD display at the front of it with a PPI of 401. The display is crisp and produces colors pretty accurately, and it is really one of the best displays out there in the market under this price. The touch response too is quite good. The Redmi Note 3 also has a fingerprint scanner at the back of it, which is pretty accurate for me at least. While it does miss one or two scans here and there, until and unless my fingers are too sweaty or dirty, the scanner pretty immediately recognizes them and passes me to the home screen. We also have an IR blaster at the top of the device, which again supports a hell lot of appliances and gets the frequency right for most of them. It also supports third-party applications like Peel Remote Control, but of course needs an internet connection to detect frequencies. So the device is also having the new Snapdragon 650 processor, which has two A72 cores and four A53 cores to handle the processing over the device. Though it is a hexa-core setup, the two A72 cores are much more powerful than four A53 cores, and that makes this processor even better than the Helio X10, which already is a pretty powerful processor. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the Snapdragon 650 processor used in this device is fairly powerful and holds onto the device and software pretty nicely to give an overall very nice experience to the user. I really was very impressed by the fact that even the 2GB RAM model of this device was able to hold up to many of the graphics intensive gaming titles and was able to play them without any issues. Next good thing about the Redmi Note 3 is its custom UI, MIUI 7. This is a highly customized ROM running on top of Android 5.1 Lollipop and does offer many helpful features to the user. It got me so much restricted to itself that I wasn't able to cope up with the ROM that I installed on the device and ended up coming back to MIUI within a few days. It is one of the most user-friendly UIs I came across till now. Another great thing about the Redmi Note 3 is its image capturing performance. The device has a 16 megapixel rear-facing camera with dual-tone dual LED flashes and is capable of capturing decent images. Moreover, the camera application itself gives a lot of user customization options, which is definitely a nice thing. I'm overall really impressed by the still images and the quality of both the front and the rear-facing cameras. Next up, we are of course talking about the battery. The Redmi Note 3 has a massive 40-50 mAh battery inside and definitely makes a use of it pretty nicely. I, even after using the device very aggressively, was able to get a battery backup of a full day, which is absolutely tremendous. So if you are considering to buy a smartphone for its battery, you better not look anywhere else and just buy this device right away. One more thing which is really good about this device is the online support which we get from Xiaomi. Well, I don't know much about how they treat customers in service centers, but whenever I contacted Xiaomi via an email, they responded to me within a day or so and tended to solve my problem with patience and accuracy. So definitely the online services of the company are tremendous. And yeah, that is basically it for the pros of this device. And now that we have talked about them, let us talk about the bad points of the device and take a look at the things where the device fails. First of all would have to be the poor RAM management that this device has. Now here I am talking mainly about the 2GB RAM variant, which has only about 800 to 900 MB of RAM available all the time. Also, the UI tends to force close applications very aggressively, which is not a nice thing and can be really annoying for a person like me who likes to multitask on their smartphone. Another annoying thing about Xiaomi is a new thing which they have been implementing lately in their devices, and that of course is the lock bootloader system. While I recently figured out how to unlock the bootloader and root the device, definitely it wouldn't be as easy for a newbie who just entered the world of rooting and wants to play with their device. Even for me, it was a massive headache to root this device and to install a custom ROM. So yeah, I'm just saying about it, and that is a thing you should consider. One thing which I do not like about this phone is the sunlight eligibility of the display. Yeah, I already said many good things about the display, but this thing cannot lie in the good points. While the device easily fares inside with this display, it becomes quite difficult to work with this device outside because the display just does not give that much light of it, even at max brightness, and makes the whole display look dull. So definitely the phone doesn't fare that nicely outside of the home. Another thing I found really annoying with this device is the fact that it tends to lose networks and signals quite frequently. Many a times people just call me on my landline and complain about my phone being not reachable. Then I have to step outside my room for a minute or so, and then the device regains the signals and I start receiving phone calls again. And again, that is quite annoying, as you know. One of the last things which I really hate about the device is the quality it records videos in. I told you that the image quality is really nice, but the story for videos is exactly the opposite. The device processes an over-sharpened video which definitely not look good in HD, Full HD or even 4K. The story about the slow motion recordings is worse because even in ample amount of sunlight, the slow motion video lost a high amount of details and was barely visible. I would say that the slow motion recordings are just gimmicky, at least for this device. So yeah, now we are through with all the pros and cons, and giving a final verdict, I really think that the pros dominate the bad things about the device, and that you should definitely consider buying the device if you have a budget not more than 12,000 rupees and do not consider much about recording videos. I would strongly recommend you to buy the 3GB RAM model if you have plans to go with this phone for more than about 6 months or so, because the RAM management on the 3GB RAM model is much better than the 2GB RAM model. And yeah, that would be my final verdict. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching the video. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you want to see in my next video in the comment section down below, and I'll try to implement your query in the next video of mine. That's it for now, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.